Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's talk therapy, but we're not talking therapy today. We're talking even something more depressing. Arsenal 4, Tottenham 1, a North London derby. And let me tell you something now, people. That was not a derby. That was men against boys. That was a light session with the mandem, light session with the bros. That was a practice run. That was fitness. That was just fitness because let me tell you something now, people. Arsenal schooled Tottenham. Arsenal schooled Tottenham. Relentless. And I want to talk about Arsenal. I really do. And as much as I don't want to, I want to talk about Arsenal. But don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you've tuned in. And listen, in the comments, let me know who's getting sacked first. Arnie Slot or Thomas Frank. Because let me tell you now, Tottenham and Liverpool, they're the same. They're the same. So who's gonna get sacked first? Because let me tell you something now, yeah. Both clubs have spent a bit of money, and both clubs got a manager that you think that should improve their team. For Thomas Frank, I think Tottenham is his level. From Brentford to Tottenham, I think that's decent. You can argue if he's been backed or not, but just the Odeberts, the Kolomawanis, the Javi Simmons, Tottenham fans might argue differently and say that you should have got X, Y, and Z. Obviously, you got kudos as well. But let me tell you something now, yeah? Tottenham, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Playing long balls to someone like Richarlison. I think they forgot that Harry Kane's at Bayern Munich. He doesn't... Richarlison can't do the hold-up play. He can't do that. And for some reason, Richarlison just scores pointless goals. He scores bangers, but they're just pointless. They don't really amount to anything. And you've got Udogi, Spence not helping their wingers. Odebert was there left in the island. Kudos, I forgot Kudos was even playing. Bentancur, that midfield, non-existent. It's the same thing with Liverpool. It's just non-existent. And listen, I don't really want to talk much about Tottenham because I think Tottenham has their own problems. I think expressions oozing. Fuad Kadani is somewhere out there having an absolute meltdown. Listen, the Tottenham fans, I leave you guys to it. But I think today, I think I have to come to it, man. I think you're looking at a very dangerous team like Arsenal. What was so surprising, not even surprising, but just as a rival, I hate to see it, but as a football fan, and when you know that a team is flourishing well, it's that press. The minute that Tottenham got the ball, you have three bodies around you. Bro, Arsenal was not letting Tottenham breathe. You couldn't, bro. You had to play 1-2s with your players because the minute you try to take time on the ball, Arsenal was onto you. Mendy was onto you. Eze was onto you. Declan Rice was onto you. Marino was onto you. Saka was onto you, bro. The press, and that was the shocking part for me. I haven't watched Arsenal for a minute. It's been a while since I've watched Arsenal. I tend not to watch Arsenal because they've been doing really well, and it's just annoying to watch. But I thought this time, let me actually watch the North London derby. And I must say, that Arsenal team, relentless. And listen, I'm not going to take anything away from Arsenal. Tottenham's defence is absolutely diabolical. Eze gets on a hat-trick, and I will talk about him in a second. But yeah, when you give a team like Arsenal space like that with the players that they have, hey, them man are moving different. Them man are moving different. That's a different source over there than what Arsenal have right now because you can't deny it. You can't hate. You can't hate on Arsenal's setup. No one can hate. If you're a hater hating on Arsenal, hey, you're a real hater, bro. I've never met anyone like you because Eze was in full effect today, bro. Hat-trick. Hat-trick, man. And this is the Eze. People were talking about Eze needs to rise. Eze needs to settle down. Yo, you don't need to worry about that. When it comes to Eze, I ain't giving him no slack, and he will never get any hate from me. See what Eze done today? Yo, he let people know this is my time. Do you get what I'm saying? This is a man with faith, bro. God will handle him. You got God's child on the wing. You got another God's child right there in the middle of the park scoring hat tricks today. What? You can't hate on Eze's thing. And Eze works on his timing. God will bless him with his timing, and that timing came in today. And not only better to do it against a team that was in for you in the summer, and then for you to reject them, and you went for Arsenal, and do the whole Mr. Little workout campaign, and you're dunking on them today. Eze, well done, man. Well done, man. Listen, I don't want to admit it, and I don't want to say it, and I put it slightly in the title, but I think Arteta's copied a bit of Slot's ball. And listen, people might say, throwing booze to Martis. I hear it. I'm chasing. I got nothing left, I told you. I'm a Liverpool fan right now. I've got nothing left. So I'm gonna be hating now, bro. I'm hating. I'm gonna be shady, man. I'm gonna do that. But Arteta has done is really find a very good formula of defending well with a high press and attacking with the press. And think that sort of balance, I think that it always swings and roundabouts with Arteta. He's either good with one thing, but he's not good with the other thing. But I think now Arteta has found his equilibrium, and I think what Arteta has found is a sense of balance. And it's very rare to find that in football, I think. But I think Arteta has found the right sort of mix and blend. Declan Rice and Zubomendi, I must say, the way these men are able to interchange and support each other, I'm not saying that the same, but it reminds me a bit of the Genie Hendon Fabinho. It gives me that sort of vibe. And Zubomendi, Eze, and Declan Rice, let me tell you now, people, see that really works. That is a right sort of balance. And I think it's the same, almost similar to that PSG's team where they've almost got that sort of balance, right? And shout out to Trossard, man. I know a lot of fans, Arsenal fans, call for his head. You know, what is he doing here? Is he signing a new contract? I'm not sure if he has or hasn't, but I know there's speculation about Trossard's sort of future at Arsenal. But I think today he absolutely bossed today. Saka didn't get a goal, but I think Saka played really well. He can pay as well, coming in for Gabriel's injury. Obviously, the commentators kept talking about Gabriel's injury. Bro, they didn't need him. Hikampier came in. I think he's a good defender. Looks really well. Saliba's really well. Raya lets in that absolutely crazy goal from Richarlison. But, you know, it is what it is. It's part of Richarlison's judge of scoring those type of fluky goals. And I think Raya always has a chance where he's always going to be lobbed, or he's, you know, someone's going to beat him near post or something like that. He will let in those type of goals. But I think you can't lie. And I think rival fans would not want to admit it, but I think Arsenal are dangerous. And they've been dangerous for a while. That's the reason why they're top of the table. The question is keeping that consistency. And listen, don't get me wrong, I will still have my raised eyebrows with Arsenal, only because they've done this before. I remember a couple of seasons ago that started really well, and that's when City caught up with them. And yes, City lost against Newcastle yesterday, but I definitely think this time is a different sort of flavour. And I think eventually, I've always thought that Arsenal would eventually get it, because I think they started to invest really well, despite, you know, fans might say, you know, wipe it the likes of Sterling or the likes of Ranieri that's not really playing that much. But Calafiori that came in as well, he's absolutely doing really well and settled really well. Obviously, he's putting Miles Skelly on the bench, but we know what Miles Skelly can also produce as well, right? So Mourinho, you might laugh him, whether you like it or not. You might not think he's the best sort of player, but he does the due diligence and does the business. And yet they've still got Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus to come back from injury. But I think that blend of their midfield of Zubomendi and Declan Rice, I think that there as well has really cemented, because the way that they're able to cover ground, to advance forward, to pick up passes, to pick up the pass from Raya or from the centre backs, and, you know, get the play forward. Them two are absolutely the perfect match. The perfect match. I tell you that for free. I don't want to glaze any more about Arsenal, but that's what's up. And yeah, people, it's a sad day if Arsenal wins the league, man. It's a really sad day. But nevertheless, I think I'm still going to call it out. I think Arteta copied a bit of Slot's tactics, but rightly should. You know, if you see another team is formula is working and you think you can do the same, hey, you can do that. Because at this point now with Slot, bro, find somebody and a manager that's doing really well. You might take a leaf out of Arteta's book right now because he's dominating. So it is what it is. That's my Premier League roundup. That's the football games that I've watched this weekend. I'll only do coverage on games that I've actually watched on that weekend. So whatever games I've done in the weekend, I will do that. So if you made it this far into the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe, people. Take care.